Hi guys, welcome back. So this video is very different, as you can see what's behind me. So I bought this boat. I'll tell you about it in just a second. For pretty darn cheap because the gentleman said that it was not winterized 2 years ago. He fired it up last year and it was leaking out what he thinks is the exhaust manifold, so he JB welded them up, but I'm not unsure that there's not other issues because he said he put it in the water. He was almost certain the water pump was bad because it started overheating right away. So he pulled it back out. That was last year. This year he said he didn't even want to mess with it, and so he sold it to me. So what we got here is a water pump impeller to put on it. But about the boat. So it is a 2002 Four Winds Horizon 220. And on the outside of the boat, like gel coat wise, it looks like it's in really good shape. Seems to be in awesome shape. Honestly, I like some of the creature comfort. Some of the accessories that it has. Got a wake tower on it. Got a swim deck on it. It has sat outside without a cover on it for a long time. The gel coat is all sun faded, but I think that would clean up really nice. The front, as you can see, is toast. That thing has sat in the sun for way too long. Way too long. The inside, back here, toast. But it does have, I should climb up there, but I need to grab some tools. It does have a Volvo Penta 5.0 GXI that I did fire up just to, he was just showing me that it does run. I just didn't let it run very long. So we're gonna put a water pump in this thing and then tomorrow pull it back out of the shop, hook some water to it and fire it up. I just want to make sure, even if it is puking out the exhaust, I want to make sure that it's only an exhaust manifold issue and not a head gasket failure, water and oil failure. Then we may have to put an engine in this thing. Anyways, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab some tools. We're gonna put a water pump in this thing, and yeah, I'll show you more about the boat when I'm in it. All right. So, quick little layout of the boat. So it's 22-foot Four Winds Horizon, open bow, and as you can tell, the leather is cooked. These seats here are actually in phenomenal shape, but they were stuffed up here in this little cubby. It's got a nice little storage spot there and here. And I did fire it up real quick just to make sure that it did run before I bothered with pulling the water pump off. And all the gauges seemed to work. It had good oil pressure, but my biggest concern is he had mentioned that he thought the water pump was bad because last time he ran it, it was getting hot. And I can see where he fixed the exhaust manifolds. So I know the exhaust manifolds are junk, but I want to put a pump on it and make sure that we're not getting water in the oil or have a bad head gasket or something like that. Because I did hook water to it and fire it up, and it was right. There's no water flowing through the pump at all. So hopefully the engine's still good. But interior wise, I think the dash will clean up really nice. Like both sides of the dash look super good. I honestly think I can clean that up really good. The gauges look really nice. All the switches seem to be good. Obviously the leather on the seats are trash and on the sides, but that is easy enough to fix, I think. I don't really know. I'm not a seamstress. This stuff up here is roast. There's more storage down there. All the fiberglass on the main hull of the boat seems fantastic. It looks really good. I've inspected it everywhere. The only place that I've seen some stress cracking is right here. But the outside of the boat I think will polish up real nice. So I have a new impeller for this bad boy. I'm gonna put an impeller on it, and then tomorrow in the sunshine hook water to it and see what happens. So I'm gonna go put an impeller on it. I would say The impeller is junk. What do you guys think? Think it's any good? It's supposed to look like that. Anyways, time to put that in there. All right, got the pump back on there, all back together. Got the water hooked up. Fire this thing up, see what it does. Might almost, it's pretty much E, so might be out of fuel. Maybe. Well, I see water dripping down there. Don't know where that's coming from. Oh, well, you can see here where he tried to repair the exhaust manifold, and there's water coming out of it right now. Make sure there's water coming out the back. Now we got water down there. That's good, that's good. Now I can let it run for a little bit and warm up and make sure that we don't have a head gasket issue or something like that. But I'm gonna let this baby run and get up to temperature. If it even has enough gas in it, it might not have enough gas in it. But we got good oil pressure. Let's get the temp to come up. Oh, the tach's not reading right. Look at it bouncing around. Maybe it'll come back down. I think that's inside the tack issue. Anyways, I'm gonna let this thing run for a minute, see what happens. We got a couple boxes. A very dirty boat, but got some parts showing up. I actually opened them while it was raining. Got a little surface rust on it, but it's all right. So, what all do we got here? Got some bolts and plugs, and some manifolds, and some gaskets. Look at that. Got two of them. So now I just gotta get them pulled off of here, which I'm gonna attempt to do it by just unbolting the long ones here and just pull the manifold off. I'm gonna see if this will kind of just float here while I pull the manifolds, hopefully on both sides. If so, should be pretty simple. So I'm gonna try this one first and see what happens, but I'll tune back in a second and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, got it all back together, got new manifolds on it, and all brand new gaskets. It wasn't too bad at all. Going back together was definitely a little trickier, and I'm filling the bottom of the boat up with water so we can test the bilge pump. Let's see, where's bilge? Right there. I hear it turn on. Oh, look at that, it works. Sweet. Okay, I wanted to test that. I already fired it up, and it fired right up and seems to run real good, just like it did before. So I wanted to test that bilge pump, make sure it was good. So we're gonna we have all the interior pieces out of it. We're gonna flop a couple of them back in for temporary, and go test it out on some water, make sure this thing is good to go, and yeah, we'll see you on the water. All right, so we went to the lake, and now I got the boat all tore apart because it wouldn't start. We got it to the lake and it wouldn't start, and there was a whole bunch of people, and it got real windy like as soon as we got there. Anyways, got home, started playing with it. I thought the battery had died on the way over there, but no. Look at all this junk falling out of the starter Bendix gear area, and it should be sealed off there, but I'm not wondering if the starter he's got a bunch of water in it or something. Shouldn't have got water in it, but who knows, moisture, rust, something. Anyways, time to tear the starter apart and see what's going on there, because yeah, time to see what happens. Well, ladies and gentle ladies, I found the problem. Look at that. Look at all the brush material. Yep, this starter is toast. Well, dang, I'm real happy that we noticed it that it showed itself the second we got to the lake. Not super excited that I got to put a starter in it, but hey, thankful that it happened at the boat ramp and not in the middle of the lake. So I'm gonna put this thing back together so it's a good core, and I guess I gotta buy a starter. But we'll show you that as soon as I get one. While we're waiting for the starter to show up, I thought I would show you guys how I'm gonna make these seats look a little bit better. But when I mean a little bit, I mean a little bit better. So I already did one, and it's out in the boat. I should have grabbed it, but you can tell that it's all kind of fried and there's cracks everywhere. It's still fairly soft and pliable, which is sweet. So what I did on the other seat, and it turned out terrible, and it's probably, to be honest, it's probably my fault. I probably read the instructions wrong, didn't use it right, something, because I've seen other people use it, and it turns out awesome. But I put it in these cracks, and it made it look terrible. It made it look like poor bodywork, like poor Bondo bodywork. But what I'm gonna do here is I already sanded this. I took 320 grit sandpaper and I sanded all this, and then I blew it all off. And now I'm gonna take spray weight glass cleaner as like a wax and grease remover to clean it all up. And then we're gonna spray it with Color Coat. So Color Coat is a SEM product that is meant for like plastic dashes, door panels, or vinyl and seat belts. And this stuff won't wear off. It's really good stuff. Like, I'll show you after. I don't know how well it's gonna cover some of this stuff, but down here where it already looks good, that after I paint it, it looks brand new. It looks so good. So like if you're wanting to just do a color change, this is the stuff to use. It works really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up and get to painting. I didn't mask this off at all, because I'm just gonna let a little bit of overspray get on it, and then after I'll mask off the white, and I got some gray to redo that. But the gray and red stripe across the back, I did mask that off. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down and get to spraying. I'll show you guys what it looks like after. Wow, there we go. Looks so much better. So you can still see it still has all the cracks in it. Like, I didn't fill in any of the cracks. I know that they make paste for that. And let me show you, I'm pretty sure I was the one that messed that up. But, oh, this one actually looks decent. But like right here, looks terrible. Looks so bad. And I'm pretty sure I was the one that made the issue there. I must not have used it right. Like down here, you can see all those. Like, I actually think this looks better. Mostly, like, feels better. It just feels nice. Anyways, the paint looks awesome. So much better than it did. The boat's not perfect by any means. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm trying to make it usable. That's it. So, it looks awesome. So much better. So now, we're gonna wait till the starter gets here, put starter in this thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint the gray. Right now, I'm gonna paint the gray on this seat. I haven't done it yet, so I need to paint that gray, but I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll let you guys know when the starter's here. Well, there we go. Brand spanking remanufactured. It looks a tiny bit different, but mostly the same. So now, we just gotta get it to flop down in there and put itself in. That'd be great. So I'm gonna get it put in and go from there.
There it is.
See what happens. I don't know if the battery's any good, but hopefully. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Woo! Starter works. Whoop, whoop, whoop. One thing accomplished. Okay, so now, as you can see here, this, let's see, let me move you down here. You see that? See how the fuel hose is all cracked up? And you can see the residue here? That, I filled it up and this got wet on the outside, which means the whole entire engine compartment is filling full of gas fumes. And that's a big, giant no. So the downfall is, so it comes across here, goes to there, and then comes up the fuel spout. Well, the fuel spout, if we look at it, it's got screws here that looks like I can unscrew it and pull it out and then get to the hose. But the connection for it is all the way down there. There's the hose clamp. Can't get to it to save your butt. So in order to get to it, you have to pull this off and then pull this out here, which looks like it's siliconed in. Yep, sure it is. So I have very big mixed feelings about pulling all of that stuff out. So I'm going to attempt, there's no way I'm getting in there. So I should just pull the hose off. So I need to pull this section off here so then I can get that out. Yes. Yeah, so that's the next project, is that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to that. Go. Got some new hose put in there, and got our mess all covered back up. Young man here is cleaning up the floor so we can put the trim stuff back in, and the little pieces that go along there, the little decorative boards to help hold everything in, I got those painted with the same kind of paint that I did the seats with, the front seats. So we got those done. So once when he's done there, we're gonna go ahead and put this stuff back in here and all the seats back in it, at least in this main area. And we'll slap, we don't have all the stuff done for the front, so we'll put some of the front in, go buy a brand new battery for it, and then we're gonna head back to the lake and hope this thing floats and does good out on the water, hopefully. So we're gonna get back to that, but yeah, everything else is working good. Hold on to it, hold on to it, hold on. Thank you. Awkward. Well, there we are, cruising right along, doing like 20-ish miles an hour. It's got a couple little issues I gotta figure out. Like I ended up pulling the switch apart to get the trim tabs to work, and the brand new water pump was giving me some fits, but we got it taken care of. It's staying nice and cool. It's got a 15 pitch prop on it, so it doesn't really let it go very fast, but everything's doing good. It's got an interesting stumble when I get into it, but I think it's because it's been sitting for a few years, so we'll put some time on it and see if it gets better. But yeah, woo! What do you think, buddy? Anyway, we'll let you know how it goes. Been a few weeks, but did a whole bunch of stuff to the boat. Nothing that you guys haven't already seen, except for putting a little bit of interior in and polishing. But I just want to show you guys the difference. So the red, I'm not doing the white. I'm not gonna polish the white at all, but I am doing the red. So before, so let's step back a little bit. A couple days ago, my wife and son came out and did an awesome job, and we wet sanded the red because I already found a buyer for the boat, and he didn't really care about the white. He doesn't care if the white's polished at all. He wants the red done though. And if you remember before, it looked like that. It was really chalky, looked terrible. But look at that. Right there, I've been playing around with it. And this thing it's got a few spots like so that we need to clean up. I need to finish. But that looks so much better. Also, let's jump up in here. It's been taken to the lake a few times. Oh wow, those things stand out a lot. They don't look that bad in person, but we got the interior put back in it. Look at that. Got the seats back in. They look super sweet compared to before. They don't look amazing, but they look sweet compared to before. I put a water pump on it, another one. So I'd originally put the new one on that I'd shown you guys, and I had issues with it. I'd fire it up, and you'd have to rev the engine. When you first got to the lake, you'd have to fire it up immediately, rev it up to a couple thousand RPM, and let it sit there for about a minute before it would get all the air out of the system, and then it was fine. If you put it in the water and just fire it up and let it idle, it'd overheat. It wouldn't pump any water. Or if you put it in the water and then just took off down the lake, like just fire it up and take off, it'd overheat and do the same thing. So I was able to fix the factory pump housing just by slipping a piece of hose over the little seam where it was leaking at, and it worked great. But yeah, anyways, the boat is turning out super sweet, especially for the price that I got it. This side I haven't polished yet. This is just from my wife and son wet sanding it. Like if you look close, it's still pretty flat looking. There's nothing real shiny there. Where this side looks awesome. And even the wet sanded side, like look at that. The wet sanded side looks so much better than it did before, like a ton better. So I'm gonna finish buffing this baby out. We are going to pressure wash. I'm gonna put soap and pressure wash the trailer frame. And I still have one more seat to reupholster. So this is how the front turned out. Like I say, I'm no seamstress by any means, so that's the best that we could do there. But for what we're doing with it, shoot, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. It really did turn out good. Like, look how clean the interior of that thing, just the fiberglass and gel coat and stuff turned out super awesome. Super awesome. So very happy with that. Still got to redo this seat here. This one's still fried, and there's some carpet right there that is for these. I'm to rebuild. I just had this piece laying around. I really should have used pressure treated like that. So I know it's not gonna last a long time, but hey, we're gonna rewrap these and put those on there, and the boat will be finished. The owner's gonna come and pick it up. I actually have to have it done by tomorrow night, because he's taking it to a lake local to us for like 10 days. He's super excited. His family's excited. I'm excited. The boat turned out sweet. I'm just stoked with how it turned out. But anyways, so I'm gonna get back to polishing. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all finished up. All right, we got the interior all finished up. Definitely, like I've said before, I'm not a seamstress, so nothing is sewed there. It's just folded over. But man, it looks so much better than it did, and I think it's gonna make the new owner pretty good boat. It turned out really nice. The red, I can't wait to show you guys the red on the outside. It turned out super slick, but it cleaned up very nice. The seats, as you guys had seen before, I had just painted them with the SEM color coat paint, and if I was to do it again, I'm not saying that that's not a good idea. It's a fantastic idea, but I would do it. I'd put another coat on it, because after sitting on it and using the boat for a little bit, the paint had soaked in up here or on the back where the leather's not messed up. Oh man, it's perfect. It looks super good. So I would absolutely use that stuff again, especially if you're wanting to change the color of your interior. I do think that would work very well. But yeah, these seats turned out super nice and slick. The fiberglass in the boat, the gel coat, cleaned up really nice. It's just lots of white, but it's very pure white. I think that if the owner keeps it clean, it's going to look super nice for a long time, especially if he keeps it inside, which the boat was not before. As you guys seen, it was roasted. So let's jump down and take a look at that. And look at that. It is a good looking boat. Thing cleaned up very nice, especially compared to what it was, and it runs great, it drives great. The red shined up super awesome. Look at that, so much better. Oh, I need to wipe some wax off there. Look at that. But look how shiny that is. Woo. Anyways, I like it a lot. Cleaned up super good. I pulled the window tint off of the front windows there, because me and my little brother were cruising around and I couldn't hardly see out of the tint. Like, I loved the look of it on the outside, but when I was sitting inside of it with my glasses on, just tint here and then tint up there, I could hardly see anything at all. So we removed the tint, and I think it looks real good even without the tint on it. Looks real nice. But anyways, that's to wrap up this video. It was a fun project. Some of it was a lot of work, other stuff not too bad, but I hope the new owner has a good time with it. It runs super great. It goes down the water real nice, so hopefully it's going to be a really good boat for him for a long time. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.